JP Morgan Chase dropped a bombshell on XRP and the entire crypto industry after flipping earlier today, per Watcher Guru and other major news sources. In today's video, we're going to talk about all the catalysts that we're looking forward to for XRP for the remainder of the week, what JP Morgan and PNC banks just did for crypto, and also just overall global crypto market sentiment, and of course, emphasizing XRP throughout the video. Now, remember, as always, never financial advice, just trying to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. If you're new around here, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to the channel if you wouldn't mind. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the market took a little bit of a dip this morning, but now recovering very nicely. Bitcoin hovering still around 118, 119, and we love when Bitcoin consolidates, which gives rooms for altcoins to run. XRP is doing its thing at $3.51. If we look at crypto bubbles, you can see the majority of the market is pulling back slightly. It's quite common after having a really nice run up. It all depends on how far low we do pull back, but overall, we're seeing that the market is actually not doing too bad on a Tuesday, where again, Jerome Powell is going to speak, and we'll talk about that all later in the video. But XRP is doing its thing. I love this consolidation. I'm loving this price action. I'm loving the way that it's keeping up with the momentum. Also, exchange trade volume. One thing that you guys always need to make sure you're watching for XRP, aside from just price, is volume. Still sustaining at $9.52 billion, holding up its volume from yesterday, which all of these things together are absolutely incredible. So the first thing I mentioned was from JP Morgan and PNC Bank. So $410 billion PNC Bank partners with Coinbase to offer crypto services. So this is going to be one of the first signs that the banking institutions, the centralized banking institutions of the world, are looking to start working with centralized exchanges to now offer crypto services and custody to their customers. With that being said, we know which cryptocurrency stands at the forefront of banking and blockchain technology, and that is XRP right there in the middle. $4.3 trillion bombshell. JP Morgan eyes loans backed by crypto holdings. A huge 180-degree turn on the stance of Jamie Dimon and the rest of the team at JP Morgan, flipping in terms of how they see crypto, where they see crypto, and what could be next. JP Morgan loans backed by crypto holdings are being explored by the banking giant as early as next year, and this could actually reshape how the traditional banking approach or banks approach digital assets right now. The move would allow clients to use Bitcoin and Ethereum as collateral for JP Morgan crypto loans, which marks a significant shift in the bank's digital asset. Well, this is where things get interesting. The reason they mentioned BTC and ETH are those are the only two that have ETF offerings or exchange traded fund offerings for institutional investors and banking. So with that being said, we know what's coming this Friday is potentially the first approval for a spot XRP ETF, per an article that we'll talk about in just a second as well. So with that being said, this development positions JP Morgan alongside competitors who are also pursuing crypto collateral lending services, with Bitcoin and ETH loan options becoming mainstream these days. So the big thing that we need to make sure we're paying attention to is the sentiment shift. Jamie Dimon has always put his stance on Bitcoin. He does not like it. He does not like crypto. He doesn't see a value in it or a future in it. Well, now the heads are turning. The skeptics are becoming believers. The people that were anti-crypto are now becoming pro-crypto. We're seeing this very nice 180-degree turn as we are entering this supposed super cycle in crypto. So this is honestly very massive news, and you need to all make sure you're preparing for multi-trillion dollar asset managers, multi-trillion dollar asset banks coming in and scooping up positions in crypto projects and crypto tokens like XRP. And PNC Bank is also doing the same thing, but now they're not only just going to do collaterals, but they're going to offer crypto services. Now imagine when Bank of America steps in, which we know has already been working with XRP. Imagine when more banks tier one like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, as they all step in to offer crypto services for their clients. That's when we see a big shift overall. In addition, XRP news. The market is heating up as we eye July 14th, 21st, and the 25th for major price action. The 1st and the 21st have already passed, but the big thing is the 25th that caught my eye here. This is from Fema Crypto. XRP ETF momentum builds ahead of key dates. So XRP is heating up on July. I think that was definitely a misdate there. I'm not sure exactly why because this is from July 12th, 2025. But what you guys need to make sure you're paying attention to is ProShares launches futures ETFs on July 14th. We know that went live last week. Volatile Shares and Total Capital bring 2x leverage ETFs on July 21st. And a crucial SEC decision on spot XRP ETF by Rex Osprey comes on July 25th, which is 3 days away. The move can open the floodgates for institutional investments and drive XRP beyond not even just $3.50 or $4. We're talking maybe even $10, $15, $20 if these institutions start putting money into it. And then ETF fever in July. As we know, the leverage ETFs were approved, and now the potential spot ETF. This is from another account over on Twitter. Double dose of leveraged ETFs and non-leveraged. So the decision is set for Friday. You guys need to make sure you're locking in your calendars. Make sure you're staying in the know when it comes to these pieces of news, because this is honestly going to be absolutely major and could be the potential shift that we're looking for to push us not only just at all-time highs where we're at now, but significantly higher, where all-time highs become something forgotten about at this $350 to $360 range. We want to see $7, $10, $15, $20 in the near term. Technical breakout over optimism, as you guys can see. For technical perspective, XRP price predictions still remain very bullish. The asset recently cleared the key resistance of 269.5 and now is consolidating at 281, which actually after this article is published, we broke into a new all-time high. The price movement comes after a sharp rally within a rising pattern channel. And right now we are actually keeping up that price action and it's looking very good. Shout out to BCCC. Always a link down below. $10,000 up for grabs. By the way, if you are a trader and looking to start trading, looking into it. Walter, Bloomberg. A lot of things happening today, guys. First of all, FBI ends the investigation of Kraken founder and returns seized devices per Fortune. And Goldman Sachs expecting rate cuts as job market slows. Goldman Sachs now expects the Feds to start holding rates and steady for next week. That's already expected because that's where we're kind of been at. Then cut the remaining of its 3 2025 meetings as a slowing job market pressures policymakers. Private sector hiring is nearing stall speed, risking self-reinforcement slowdown, while consumer spending has stagnated for 6 months, a pattern rarely seen outside of recessions. Goldman also sees 2 more cuts in early 2026. Telegram launches built-in crypto Ton wallet for 87 million US users. All of these things, guys, are absolutely fantastic. And we know, in addition to everything that has happened over the last little while here, throughout the day today, there's been a lot of things regarding the United States and the release for the crypto market structure discussion draft, because that's what Trump asked for. He said, I need this at my desk for the crypto market structure discussion draft from my crypto team and with his crypto czar, David Sachs. So again, right now, this week, even though last week was coined Crypto Week here in the United States of America, we know that the overall shift that we're seeing in crypto is all positive after positive after positive catalysts. And I don't believe these catalysts have been reflected on market price, especially for the altcoins. Bitcoin is still steady, right around its all-time high. And we like that it's cooling off and staying there for a little while, so everything else can play catch up. 10x's, 5x's, big time multipliers are here for altcoins. And you guys know for me, I've been talking a lot about XRP, but there's a lot of other cryptocurrencies that I'm also researching, looking into, and trying to double down on. But I believe that we're going to see, again, some insane run-ups for XRP. It's still one of the heavier positions in my personal portfolio, and I'll continue to accumulate because I still do believe the upside is significant before year end. And going into 2026, 2027, and even beyond that, you guys have seen what AI is modeling, what financial analysts are predicting for BTC and ETH. XRP is going to be right there, especially after the ETF approval, hopefully this Friday. If it happens, GG's. It's good game after that, and will only continue to rise. So with that being said, everybody, quick drop in this morning. I appreciate your continued support. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I think we have over a new 4,000 or 5,000 subscriber base just over the last 4 or 5 days, showing the XRP Army's strength and their resilience and their ability to really support people who are keeping them on the map. So I'm going to do my very best to continue to support, continue to create content, and I'll be here each and every day. The good and the bad, the red and the green. You guys know me. I've just been here to share crypto projects that I truly believe in. Never ever financial advice as always, but just trying to put you guys on the plays that I am in. So with that being said, that's all I had for you all today. And until next time, as always, everybody, keep investing. Peace.